Okay, wow, that's loud. We will call the Zoning Board of Appeals meeting to order for tonight. First thing on the agenda is a public hearing for 26 Main Street from St. Mark's. As it turns out, the relief that they believe they need already existed, and they do not need any further relief from us, so they have requested to withdraw the application without prejudice. So what we will be doing is opening their hearing, accepting their withdrawal request, and then closing the hearing. So we will open the hearing. Any questions or reasons why we wouldn't accept their withdrawal?
I cannot think of any.
Nope. Okay. Then I'm not sure we need a vote about this, but may as well do it just in case.
I'll make a motion to accept their withdrawal without prejudice.
Second.
All in favor? Doris, you're voting on this one.
Oh, yeah, we gotta do roll
Oh, that's,
I'm in favor.
okay.
call. Roll call.
Oh, we have to do a roll call vote. Well, this is a procedural little fun thing for folks watching at home. We have one of our members, Doris Cahill, participating via conference call, which means all of our votes need to be roll call votes. So we pull each person by name and hear their response, and then we move forward. Doris, what do you say?
I'm in favor.
Paul?
In favor.
Debbie?
Favor.
David?
In favor.
I as well am in favor. The ayes have it. And we will close.
So we need to make a motion
Need
to
to
close
close
the
it?
public
We need to
hearing?
close.
I will make a motion to close the public hearing on this matter.
Second.
Debbie, what do you say?
In favor.
Paul?
I'm in favor.
David?
I'm in favor to close.
Doris?
I'm in favor to close.
I am as well. May have done that out of order, but we got the information in there. Okay, the next item on our agenda is to review and approve the minutes from our last meeting. They were enclosed in this. I read through them. It was not, we did not have much on the agenda last week. We interviewed Doris. We discussed the zoning bylaw that we will discuss again, and we approved the November minutes. Does anybody have any discussion points on the existing minutes?
I do not.
I do not.
I do not.
Doris, do you have any comments on the minutes?
I have no comments on the minutes.
Then I would take a motion to approve the minutes.
I will second that. Or did you want me to make a motion?
Doesn't matter.
I will make a motion to accept the minutes from
written.
January as written.
I second.
Okay. Doris, how do you vote?
I accept the minutes.
Accept the minutes.
Paul? Debbie?
Yep, I accept.
David?
I accept the minutes.
I do as well. Okay. The last item on our agenda is the alteration to the language for special permit requirements for buildings and extensions and alterations 174-19. We have a red line version of the section as it's been amended, along with the item E in 174-9. From my recollection in rereading these, they are in line with the items that we had discussed at our last meeting. They have been reviewed and approved by the planning board. And we also have the warrant article, and what we would be looking to do is make sure that we feel that the language is what we expected and what we are prepared for, and then vote to support or not support the warrant article at town meeting.
Okay, so to confirm, the planning board did not have any changes? I see they were questioning the deletion of the reference to the signage.
That came up at the planning board meeting that I attended, and we went through that, and the comment was that the implications of the signs are covered in another section and didn't need to be part of this section. So, but since then, they had a couple other questions that have since been answered, and therefore on Monday, they reviewed those answers that they got and approved and voted to support the new language at town meeting. So,
Okay, good, thank you.
gonna hold off here for just a second. Are you here? We have people in the audience, for those of you watching at home. What item were you here for?
Is this for the St. Mark's conversion?
Okay, yeah, so that actually got withdrawn.
Okay.
We opened the thing, we accepted their withdrawal and closed it. It got withdrawn because they were seeking relief for it to be considered a two-family residence. It already is. They thought it had lost its status, but it hadn't, and therefore they do not need relief.
Okay.
So you're welcome to stay as we discuss a change to a zoning bylaw, which is what we're on now. But if you are here for the St. Mark's thing, you missed it, and B, there wasn't anything to be here for. You're welcome. Okay, back to the zoning bylaw.
We get 2 customers and you scared them away.
I know.
That's what he does as chair.
We haven't had an audience in a while. I was kind of excited to have them.
Sounds like you miss it, Paul.
We may have burned a bridge if we had them sit around and then not actually talk about what they wanted to hear. So, we also have a copy of letters to the planning board from town council and discussing the changes and some of the questions that they had. And again, the red line version of what the language will be. So does anybody have any comments or questions about the zoning bylaw as it's written? And Doris, I'll start with you since you're remote.
No, I don't have any questions. I saw that, legal team was fine with removing, the language on the signage, which from the planning board meeting was just a double check or concern, so I have no additional questions seeing that letter.
Okay. Paul?
I have no comments, concerns, questions.
Okay. Debbie?
No concerns, I'm okay with it.
Maybe just clarification, Craig, where we had paragraphs 1 through 3 and 174-19B,
Mm-hmm.
we now have paragraphs 1 through 5. Is that, is that merely clarification?
There are additional mechanisms to clarify. We're talking about structural change and fascia and things of that nature. And again, the key is that it does not encroach to a greater distance than the existing structure. And again, confirming that this exemption applies even though other parts of the lot, due to its, previously non-conforming status, don't keep it from being allowed to keep that as an exception.
So essentially, these two are saying we're applying the same thing for something where it's already currently non-conforming, but they're not making the non-conformity any worse.
Correct.
That's all I had.
Okay. So with that, I would hear a motion to support the zoning amendment as proposed for the town meeting.
Well, it's not proposed, right, isn't it?
It's proposed, it's,
I mean, that is the change.
support the Warren article.
I'll make a motion to accept and support the change.
Second?
Okay, roll call vote. Doris?
I support the warrant change.
Okay. Paul?
Yes.
Debbie?
Aye.
David?
I support.
As do I. So, I will be at town meeting. When is?
Which is
town-
when?
I
Next
don't-
town meeting.
That's a really good question.
Usually April. I don't know, they did it on a Saturday night.
It is a Saturday, as per our new rules.
March 28th?
March 28th, we think. We will confirm. Either way, we will have a representative there. I believe it'll be me. And I will allow everybody to know that we support this amendment.
Why not?
Duly noted.
And that is our agenda.
Before I do what I'm very good at, do we need to, so we have our next meeting scheduled, we're good with that? or-
Do we have anything pending for next meeting?
No, we don't. So we're scheduled for March 18th, but I have not heard from anybody. There's been no applications. Nothing's really going on.
So if we don't have anything, then we won't be meeting?
I would say that is most likely the case. That is the last, looks like it would be our last meeting, regularly scheduled meeting ahead of town meeting. So it's possible that something may occur with the warrant that would require us to come back and chat again. But at this point, does not look like we will have any official applications to discuss. We will obviously have minutes to approve, but that can be done at another meeting if we don't have anything else going on.
Okay.
And I am certain I will not be available for March 18th, one way or the other.
You will not be.
I will not be.
Okay.
For March 18th, you say?
March 18th, yeah. I know I'm going to be out of town.
So we will need to make sure we have at least 4 of us here.
Yeah, and if we have actually nothing on the agenda, it would be great if we didn't have to get together then we could like let the minutes go till the next.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we don't have anything else going on in terms of an application or needing to discuss something before town meeting, then we will not have a meeting on the 18th. Okay? Go for it, Paul.
I'd like to make a motion that we adjourn the meeting here this evening.
Second?
Doris, how do you feel about that?
Good? Yes?
Yes?
Yeah.
Paul?
I think it's a good idea, yes.
Debbie?
In favor?
David?
Agree.
As do I. And we are adjourned.
Oh, that's a new world record.